Is this a good time to pass? I mean, I could play that and transform this guy first, but I think it will make them use up a lot of cards to catch up. Let's see what happens. Press the board more than once.
God, devils, hungry like a wolf I am.
What do you want of me?
So, in the end, they got down to 5 cards before they overtook. So I've got a 1-card advantage going to the 3rd round, but maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have just kept going for it. So which ones have I just pulled in? That boost, which doesn't... I mean, it's 6 points, which is pretty good. Boost off by 1 for each elf in the hand, we like that. And damage an enemy unit. I mean, that synergizes with that. Let's get rid of this one. Yes, okay. I like that. And maybe... I mean... the best that can happen.
War, you dirty tart.
So... well, they have the order to damage unit by 1. Inspired. Trigger this ability if this current the unit's current power is higher than its base power. So if it has been boosted. Fine. Boost elf by 1 for each elf in your hand. That's the time to play that. And it was the melee. Yes.
Death to humans!
But it... yeah, it was already inspired.
Won't back up an inch! Get no quarter!
Oh, right, it boosted itself by 1 anyway, but it was kind of boosted by 2, so I don't know. Yeah, he did that boost. Alright. Anyway, boosted an allied unit by 2 is what the peasant did. And what we're going to do is we're going to deploy our elf, which
Let us sing the song of
has the
steel.
order, which can be, well, after the cooldown reset.
The swine in that jacket.
So, playing... that's... boost is already gone, so might as well get closer to killing that unit. Damage an enemy unit by 1 for each row that separates it from this unit. So if I deploy that on the ranged row, it will do 1, 2, 3 damage. See if that works. Maybe. It didn't tell me the exact damage. But, you know, does it count as 4? 1, 2, 3, and then counts itself as 4.
Let's not get in the way of me.
When this unit is discarded, summon it from your graveyard to your melee row. Discarded? How would it be discarded? Move a card from your hand to the graveyard. Wait. Related abilities are not triggered when discarding manually. When this unit is discarded, summon it from your graveyard. I don't understand, because he played it. Well, just keep going. Or like if it's a copy of it? Or does it become discarded when it gets killed? I don't know. Well, we need to do something. I'm just worried about killing it now. It doesn't... I don't know. Let's play.
This is elven land, Dwan, upon which your kind dies.
For Rivia!
Reduce the cooldown of each unit on this road by 1. There wasn't any of that. Inspired always trigger the death ability. So every turn it will start reduce the cooldown, but there's no cooldowns to reduce. It's just a time back rank. So this time, let's assume control is on any row. So if I play it back here, it should do both abilities. Right? So yeah, it's now going to boost. Let's boost that guy. And damage and... I don't understand bonded. If you control a copy of this card, well, I played. Is it horses look alike? Ignore me. And this guy's got his ability. Maybe I played 3 horse guys.
Looking to dance, mate?
Shuffle a gold card from your hand into your deck, then draw a bronze card and boost itself by 4. Did it do any of that? Bond it boost itself by 4 instead. I don't know. Let's... What's going on? Base copy... And that's an order to transform things, which is useful if you've lost health. Again, useful if you've lost health. Oh, idiot.
What you looking at?
I mean, it is pretty close. Right, you can kill that guy. So this time, yes, it was bonded. It boosted itself by 4. I'm assuming it's not doing the deploy stuff. Should put a card from your hand into your deck. I'm assuming it's not doing that. Because they don't have a gold card. Yeah, just so I can see what good it really does.
I'll do so sword in hand.
Elf token bandit. Maybe if you had bandit things, but that would be useful. Or you could do it on this guy, because that'll give you more points.
Curse racists. None shall tread on us.
Again. Can't really kill them, so just have to hope.
Here's late. Again.
Your opponent passed while you have the lead, you can pass now and proceed to the next round. Yes, but it's the 3rd round. Well, there you go. An achievement unlocked. Complete the basic tutorial. How good am I? Here's the tutorial. Time for some training with your first faction deck. This part will only take a few minutes. Here's your daily reward. Day 1. I've got 30 bits of rubbish. Starter deck. After 3 matches, you'll unlock them all. Which one? There are cards that make profit the more dead eyes you have. Well, thank you for joining, Mimus. you're the first person to speak in one of my streams. The more dead eyes you have. Oh, right, that was the unit from the bandit that got converted. Interesting. I don't suppose you have an opinion on which one would be best to choose now, but I suppose it says don't worry. There's a chance to unlock all of them. Can't go with the evil Nilfgaard, so maybe I just go with the noble Northern Realms. Which is probably the stupid thing to do, to go with nobility. You should always go with the evil side. So, Uprising lets you boost the unit 3 times. Oh, these are abilities. I don't know. Uprising. Boost an allied unit by 1, charges 3. So, allowing you to protect the valuable cards. For maximum efficiency, save your charges until you're ready to deploy the Lyrian Scytheman, right? Which will be created once you've used up all charges. Deploy this card to a row filled with boosted units to perform a powerful finishing play. I assume this will make more sense when I actually play. Cards like Anastranger have stronger abilities when inspired, meaning they are boosted above their base power. The impact on the battlefield grows. It's usually wise to prioritize boosting such units to gain the upper hand. Yes, inspired units are better to boost, so they can use their inspired power. Cards with orders cannot normally execute their ability until the turn they have played, however, with those information, yeah, okay. So we saw some of these things in the tutorial. Let's just select it. Yeah, okay. And it was, I just saw the mouse movement. It was that. Great. Great. Am I sure? Well, not entirely, but we'll go with it. Training mode. Practice your skills. No, fine. I won't practice.
Crush those vermin!
Maybe I'm practicing. So, round 1. What do I want to redraw? Well, I have a whole new deck to learn. I was just getting used to the elves. Are the elves only on the tutorial? Or is that another... Was that the Scoia'tael? So damage an enemy unit by 1 for each boosted unit on this row. For each boosted unit, okay, so you'd need to boost. Deploy, boost yourself by 6. Exposed. Trigger this ability whenever the unit loses armor. And that unit has 3 armor. Reset own power. And its power is to boost itself. The Illyrian Landsknecht. Damage unit by 1. On formation would obviously, well, played on the melee rogue gains zeal, which means it can. Oh, but on the, it has an inspired thing, so maybe you'd want to play it on the ranged rogue to give it the boost to use the order. So you're basically delaying the damage, but you get more damage for your go. At the end of your turn, boost the unit to the right by 1. Boost yourself by 1 for each booster unit on this row, but when you deploy. So yeah, that's what I was saying, to save those till the end. Yourself by 5 whenever you play this soldier, summon this unit from your graveyard. Yeah, so you want that at the beginning, because then when you play soldiers later on, Veil, status that prevents a unit from gaining other statuses. So what other statuses are there? Like boosted or inspired? Move an enemy unit to the other row at the end of the turn if the order is not used. Boost stealth by 1. That's cool. So an order on the range row is to boost a unit by 1. That's quite powerful, actually. Monsters is the most newbie friendly faction. Cool, thanks. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Well, it said three matches in, you can unlock all of them. But if there's a choice, I guess I can go for that. Read the opponent's abilities. Oh, you mean when playing monsters? Against monsters? Damage an enemy unit by 1 for each boosted unit on this row. Yeah, we have one of those. So maybe I don't need 2, so let's swap them out. And boost the allied unit by 4, boost 4 allied units by 1. And again, we have 2 of these guys. So I don't know if 2 are very useful. Dun Banner. Whenever Dun Banner receives a boost, summon all copies of it from your deck to this row. How many do I have in my deck? Well, let's just go with that. Are you sure you don't want to redraw any more cards? I mean, I don't really know how these are all going to fit together. So yeah, so yes. So, what do we have? Well, I said I wanted to play this guy very early on, so that he can be in the graveyard for later on. So maybe I just make sure he gets played.
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
And Uprising. I have to remember what this does. Boost an allied unit by 1. And you get 3 charges. Once per game, once all charges are used up, spawn and play Illyrian Scythe. Is there a reason why it's saying to you that? Because sure, I mean that's a really good thing that you want to do anytime you have boosted players, but once they're all used up, surely that's just a choice. Or maybe it's just giving you a helpful hint. Anyway, might as well. Just use it or lose it, I suppose. So well, what does this do? Dominant. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1. Trigger this ability if you control the highest unit on the battlefield, which it won't do. Not yet. Oh, if you control, so if it has a unit of 10, fine. Frost. And was that his ability? Yeah. Move an enemy unit to the other row and spawn Frost on its row for 2 turns. And it used both charges. Whenever there's a Wild Hunt unit, if there's Frost on the opposite row, boost it by 1. Wild Hunt unit. Fine. So, I mean, no, I'm not going to pass just now. So I could put this guy in the back row. He will then be inspired. On the next turn, he will then be able to do 3. Can preview my deck. So I have one. I only have one of those. So when I assumed that was a really good thing, it maybe isn't as amazing as first originally thought. AI is dumb in Gwent. I might learn that quite soon. Yeah, I probably shouldn't stress too much about the tutorial, right? But it's I guess a learning process. Let's go with that. Right. So you can tell it's Wild Hunt because it has the Wild Hunt tag, which makes sense. and so it got the boost from the frost, which is now disappeared. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.